Hello everybody. Welcome to the ZFC Club. I am your host Z, and hopefully this is working. Somehow I have forgotten how to do everything in my life once you go away on vacation and come back and suddenly you're like, oh, what does this plug into and how do I do this and what's driving, so that took me a little while, but I think I'm here, I'm recording, it's happening. So first of all, apologies for my voice, although this is better than yesterday. I picked up a little head cold in my travels, and it took my voice completely down another octave, and so this really is Kathleen Turner voice. But I hope you all had a great week while I was gone. Sorry to leave you all hanging and relying on those other blogs for your updates and your betrayal nightly stage door antics. But I'm back now. Boy, do we have some antics. Jeez. Overall, on this whole thing, and I don't really mean to offend anyone, and if you're offended by this, I'm sorry, but these usual suspects that go to everything all the time, and then they're there again, and then there for a week and 5 times at the show or every night. I just don't understand it. It's like, it really is like he's an animal at the zoo. It's not about the work, it's not about the play, and he knows it. When he sees these same people every night coming up, waiting at the stage door, waiting across the street to take his picture and yell at him while he leaves his, in his car, it's I just don't really, I guess, understand. And maybe those of you who have been 8, 10 times, 10, 12 times or whatever can send me a message and let me know sort of why you'd want to go spend all that money, because it's 150, 200 pounds a ticket. These are not like, unless you're getting these under 15 tickets, but I don't know if there's that many of them. To spend thousands of dollars to see him over and over and over again in a play, I don't know. I guess I just don't get it. So if somebody can enlighten me as to what the mindset is. I don't fault anyone. Of course, you'd want to try to meet him if you got, are lucky enough to get to go to the play and, wait outside to see if you'd sign something. Absolutely. I've done stage door at different events. And of course you want to meet them. It's cool. It's the over and over and over and over and over again that I don't understand. We can get into horror right now. Somebody suggested I call her Zayler, which I think is pretty funny. But it's the entitlement of, well, I'm his biggest fan, or I'm a better fan because I've met him a bunch of times, or I go to everything that he does, or I've seen, what was it, 75, 80% of what he does, and so therefore, I'm a better fan than you. And so she felt like she deserved to push her way to the front. Like I said, it's not like she's just some fan that's hoping to get lucky or, has seen him for the first time. This is years and years and years of following him all over the globe to go to these events. And, same thing, there's a lot of people. I'm not going to name everybody, but you know who you are if you're famous in the fandom for, being at every event and, putting those pictures up there. And, we've yet to see some of the big names, so maybe they've been there already, that we talk about a lot on the blog. I just said I wouldn't name them, but your Graces and your Madison. But I've also seen them like, oh yeah, her again. Oh, that one again. And of course, if I'm recognizing him, he's recognizing you, which I guess is the goal. But that to me it's like sort of the opposite of what you would want him to think of you, because he's, he knows that you're not there because you want to see Betrayal again, or you're a Harold Pinter fan, or you want to see Charlie Cox. I mean, they know that nobody cares about them, and it's all about Tom. And to me it's creepy. And I just, like I said, I don't get it. But there's got to be something in someone's brain that. And I mean, there are lots of people like that. I went to high school with a girl who is obsessed with New Kids on the Block, and I didn't realize this until we became Facebook friends, maybe 10 years ago or something. I mean, she buys VIP front row tickets to every show that's anywhere in the tri-state area, and even more. Same thing. She's clearly met friends. She goes they have a cruise. She's on it every year. She's clearly met friends that she, on these cruises and things, and they meet up and they go to these New Kids on the Block shows. She, at every single time, at every single venue, she does these behind the scenes, backstage pictures with them. She must have, 50 selfies with Donnie Wahlberg. And, each one of them, and then them as a group, and then her and her whole friend as a group. And I mean, I can't imagine the amount of money she spends every tour and every year to do the same thing with the same guys. I don't get it. I just don't get it. But that's my sort of rant for right now. I'm getting sort of, I knew I would, tired of this stage door. Like, I don't care. Look up pictures every night on Twitter of everybody who said, that he was really nice at the stage door, and he's wearing the same coat, or he's wearing the same sweater, and, the same hair, and he just, whatever. Like, I just cannot get it up to blog about the same thing every night. But this whole thing with Hora has really that was really fun to have someone figure out that it was her, know that it was her. There was some detective work done there. We may have figured out who she was, but it's also based on, her bragging about getting to the front and being there on Friday and knowing this, having her friend save her seat, and blah, 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 and then somebody figured out, and he was like, hey, that happened in front of me. And the beauty of us, now just knowing what she looks like, just knowing that she, I was surprised that some people thought she was some young thing. I don't know. I could tell she was like an old, bitter, person who, has some, chip on her shoulder about something, life in general, maybe. But, I just had a feeling that she was older than him, older than all of us, and, feels superior in some way for that. Plus, she used to like Russell Crowe. I think, that was one of her first blog things, and, young people don't like Russell Crowe. That's an old callback when he used to be hot. Was he ever? I'm not sure. So the fact that, that she is someone that we can all agree is, and, I don't know why she has to be such a hateful bitch. It just seems to be her MO. I did get stories, that I'll post later, and also, in DMs about just stupid little interactions she's had with almost everyone. And it's always where she just flies off the handle about stupid shit. Somebody disagreeing with her about, some little thing, and she just, starts with name calling and the blocking, and, it's just silly. Like, I don't know why anyone follows her. I don't know why anyone's her friend. I don't know why people, I saw some people on there, wish her well and glad she went to the show, and, people that I thought were kind of like neutral people. that I didn't realize would, like, talk to her or wish her well. So that was kind of a disappointment for them, because, she really deserves everything she gets, because she's not a nice person to anyone. And I think she just rides people's coattails, and I think she's jealous that she doesn't have a blog that's like mine or like Sanie's, that's, how people come and ask her opinion and her thoughts. I think she thinks that she should be like that. That she, that her thoughts and her opinions are better than mine, and so she should get more anons than me. But guess what, honey? You don't. Guess why? Because you're a bitch and you're mean to everybody. There's a difference between telling it like it is, or saying how you feel, and being a bitch to people, or calling people names that disagree with you. And there's just she has no fun. There's no whimsy. There's no, you can't make any jokes about anything, or she attacks you. So, I don't know why anybody follows her or anything like that, but and then she will probably ignore everything that I said and everything that we say, but she's definitely reading it, and I'm sure she's listening to this right now. So, hey, good for you. You went to the show. Congratulations. I don't give a shit. Honestly, if I don't get to go, I don't get to go. It's not gonna ruin my life. Maybe I'll see him one day. Maybe I'll never meet him. That doesn't make me any less of a fan or any better or worse than anybody else. Okay. I'm moving on from her, although I'm sure we'll be talking about her for a while. I got another anon tonight that was obsessed with, Zowie and Tom, trying to figure out if they're still leaving together, or if she's waiting around the corner for him to pick her up because he had a bag in his hand the last time. It must have been her bag. I mean, again, with the people obsessed with having to smush him together with every person, I just feel like they're just clearly friends. I've had, hints before that, like with Elizabeth Olsen and all that kind of stuff, that maybe they were more than friends, but with coworkers anyway. And pardon me. But, I don't know. I just don't see it with her. She, on Friday, lots of people reported, and I knew somebody who was there, that while she was in line signing autographs, she was sending for an Uber. And then the minute the Uber came, she went and got in the Uber. So, again, why people are trying to say that, they're clearly hooking up because, she got in the car one time and with no other proof. It's just old, I guess. I'm just going to delete that one now that I talked about it, but it's just old to me. Sorry, I'm having brain farts now. I'm having vacation brain, and I feel like I kind of caught up with everything. I'm sorry if you sent me stuff over the week, and I'm probably going to delete them because the topic is old now. I usually like to try to share everything that everyone sends me, and I don't really like to delete any of them unless they're really mean and pointless. But I think this week was just kind of a wash if it was an old topic that all I'll do is post them, and then people will say, "What do you mean? What are you talking about? What is that talking?" And then I have to repeat, we have to bring up the whole story all over again. So, if you sent me something and I don't post it from this week, then apologies, but, send me something in the future, of course. I also didn't pay much attention to any kind of celebrity gossip this week. So, I don't want to go into that too much, except for, of course, we have, she who shall not be named, and her hideous Forever 21 reject outfit, at the iHeart Music Awards, and then she went on and on again, playing the victim. Maybe nobody said my tour would sell, and that made me sad, But then it did sell, so I win because I'm a victim. Ugh. It's gross. I just hate her so much. And that outfit was so hideous. Like I said, we used those when I was in high school as decorative parts of our band costume, and there she is in like, a rainbow colored. It was like mermaid color and she's obsessed with these like short shorts. And then all of her fans think there's going to be some kind of butterfly theme because her shoes had butterflies on them. Mariah Carey did it first and better and already. So move that the fuck along. And, every day with he's going to propose. Joe's going to propose. How's he going to propose? He's feeling pressure to propose. So just do it already. Let's go. Bring it on. I'm ready to talk shit about this. But they have nothing else to say because they're so fucking boring that there is nothing more. And they just keep repeating themselves over and over again. So, I guess we'll see. But hopefully now she disappears. I don't think there's any more award shows for her or any shit like that. But I'm sure she'll find some way to find her way into the gossip magazines as she usually does. But I'm pretty much done listening to her talk too. So anyway, that was a short and sweet one this week, I think. It looks like Tom is doing some kind of radio show on Wednesday where he is talking to a musician. They're talking back and forth, so that might be interesting to listen to. It's on BBC Radio, so I'll post that once they've done it. And maybe next week we'll have a little more to talk about, a little more of a plan. Usually I like to plan more than this too. This is kind of winging it. But hopefully maybe next week I can get a guest or someone like that to talk a little bit more about what's been going on. Otherwise, it's just a lot of the same old. It's kind of hard. Again, he looks cute at the stage door. Good for him. But if we get more pictures of betrayal like we did today with him holding a little girl in his arms, which I admit, was incredibly sweet, and even my like blackened heart and dried out uterus was a little bit felt a little twinge for that picture. So as long as we keep getting content like that, and keep reporting back to me when you go to the show and let me know what your reaction was, or any kind of shenanigans in the stage door. But it seems like they got it pretty much down pat now, and I think that's smart the way they've decided to do it, where he waits in line. And but I think it's funny that the other two stars can just walk down the aisle. Nobody cares. Nobody's trying to attack them or anything like that. If he did it, he'd be swarmed. So I guess that's just how it goes. So anyway, thank you for listening. Sorry about my voice, and hopefully we will get back to business next week. Okay, have a great one.